Thank you very much indeed. A big question here is, does the goal glut continue? 18 goals so far in 3 quarterfinals. It's pretty sensational stuff at the Copa América as we listen to the national anthems. The Argentinians with all their big guns back tonight, with the exception of Hernan Crespo, who is out for the rest of the tournament with a thigh injury. No Carlos Tevez, seemingly on his way to Manchester United. He's on the bench, and Pablo Aimar as well, despite his bright displays when he has been used. He is also among the substitutes tonight. But as you'll have gathered by now, Argentina have a star-studded Cubillas. Scotland will remember him. Craig Brown winces as I say it.
He does indeed, yes, I do remember him very well. But you know what's more interesting to me is the fact that the substitutes who come on for Argentina and who created the goal for Mascherano's goal, Messi, are both starting tonight. And you're quite right, Ian, it's the strongest Argentinian side possible, with the exception of Crespo, of course. But Peru are up against it, but they've performed nobly, and I think they'll give a good account of themselves.
The Peruvians, in fact, were 6 minutes away from being eliminated the other night against Bolivia. But Claudio Pizarro, who'll be wearing the blue of Chelsea next season, scored 2 headers in that game, one of them in the 84th minute. Peru would have been bottom of the group but for that goal. And this game with shades of well, let's say there were murmurings about it, a game at the 1978 World Cup. Argentina 6, Peru 0, which just happened to be the exact result Argentina needed at the time. But least said about that one, I think, soonest met. Now ready to go. And both sides in their traditional kit. The Peruvians with that distinctive red band across their white jerseys, and of course the blue and white stripes of Argentina. And Veron getting an early touch for them. They've been passing the ball around so beautifully in this tournament, as Cambiasso Torrecalme, who of course pulls all the strings.
Usually.
Now Argentina want a free kick here around the edge of the box, and there's a booking straight away for Acasiete, the Peruvian defender, for his first challenge of the night. Referee's not mucking about here.
No, and that thoroughly deserved a booking. Came in heavily from behind. It could have been a sore blow on the Achilles tendon there if contact was made, and the referee, I think, absolutely correct in awarding a yellow card.
Riquelme lines it up, and that spells danger. Are the Argentinians going to move into an early lead here? Of course, they're massive favourites for this quarter-final.
Yeah, this is a dangerous position. Riquelme, terrific at the free kicks, and he can bend it round and over the wall, up and over quickly too. He's excellent at that.
Riquelme has already scored twice in the tournament against Colombia. Argentina with 9 goals already in the Copa América. And this one, in the end, was harmless enough for the Peruvians.
Well, I said up and over, but you've got to get up and down quickly from that range, but that one sailed high over the bar, most unlike Riquelme. A jumping wall, I noticed, seeing
by Pekerman. Surprisingly, he's got over 100 caps to his name.
Yeah, and Zanetti's returned to the right-back position. He was playing on the left side when Heinze wasn't on in the previous match, but back to full strength with Zanetti.
Mistake by Milito there. And, well, there was a threat from the Peruvians there, and it was Guerrero who blasted it over the bar.
Yeah, that was a shocking mistake. Guerrero perhaps could have got into the box round the last defender there, but he elected to shoot from distance case there. But you talked about 26 passes. The first goal they scored in this tournament came after 20 passes.
Yeah, I've forgotten that. You're quite right. They might do something similar like tonight.
Oh, it's a delight to watch them. You know, the ball is bounced from player to player, and you know, every player made contact with the ball on that occasion. So it's terrific. And it's the minimum of contact, 1 and 2 touch play to perfection.
No breakthrough yet, but here's a free kick, which Varane is going to curl towards the back post, and it's headed behind in the end. Melito coming up from the back.
Well, wonderful goal, the only goal in the last match. He passed it in from the edge of the box, and it was created by Messi. They both come on as substitutes. That's what you call impact substitutions from the manager.
Vilches' run forward from the back was easily blocked. Just how do the Peruvians go about this, Craig?
Well, I think they've just got to be patient. The longer they go without, they've gone 10 minutes so far, and you know, Argentina haven't had a clear-cut chance. The longer it goes, the more frustrated the favourites will become, and the more encouraged Peru will become. They've started, you know, very, very sensibly.
Here's Pizarro on the optimistic side.
I think so.
Both he and Ayala with 100 plus caps. Cambiasso beautifully judged. Riquelme looks up, sees what might be on in the end. Seemed to try to take on the goalkeeper on his near post.
Yeah, you're right. I think he tried to sneak it in at the near post there, although the preferred option, I think, across the face of the goal. But that didn't trouble Burton there in goal.
And scrambled through with the 2-2 draw against Bolivia. Here's Pizarro. Messi, such an exciting player. I suppose as a coach, Craig, some coaches might think it might be difficult to have Tevez and Messi in the same outfit. A bit too much of a luxury. Scotland wouldn't have minded, would they?
I don't think anyone would mind having both of them. But they are similar, you're right.
And here is Messi. It was a good block. He still hit the angle of post and bar and bounced out. Messi very nearly there with the breakthrough for Argentina.
Absolutely wonderful play by Messi. You know, his quick feet and trickery, tremendous. And the shot was blocked, but it still managed to spin up onto the post, high up the post there. And it was a let-off for Peru.
Great bit of work by Cassiete to get any kind of block in on that.
Yeah, he's got it all, and they're both powerful. They both strike the ball exceptionally well. Small guys, but there's great power in their legs, and they can, the minimum of backlift, they can shoot.
Here he is again. Wonderful close control. Look at this. Oh, it was almost a sensational goal from Messi. He nearly beat them all. Veron plays it in this time.
Well, what can we say about that? That was just superb, and in fact we're fighting to touch him. Just the slightest touch and a penalty, but he got it onto his right foot. Not his better one, but again it was well blocked. They're throwing their bodies in front of the ball, the Peruvians, and fine
with the free kick, of course. Just about scrambled away. Only needed a touch from one of the Argentine players closing in on that.
It was a great delivery from Riquelme, right on top of the goal. You know, you just wonder, had Crespo been there, what would have happened? He's the man for that kind of ball into the box.
Just just about.
Well, that's a quarter of the game gone. Of course, Argentina have hit the woodwork, but quarter of the game gone. They must be encouraged by that, and it is a quarter because there's no extra time should we have a draw.
Bounces around dangerously. Veron is in there, cutting it back, and that's going to be a free kick. High boot there.
Yeah, the boot was high. The attempted scissors kick there, clearly endangering the opponent, and the referee quite correctly gave
Zanetti again. Messi. Cambiasso, no, not quite that time. Leto was the target for it. They do miss Crespo up there, don't they, to get on the end of things?
I think so, yes. He's the man for the compressor when the opposition have it. But Messi works hard and tracks back, and for that, you give him great credit.
Free kick here to Argentina.
Yeah, it was a wild tackle from behind.
Yellow for that one. Maybe the referee felt he had to make an early statement with that booking to Cassiete. There wasn't much doubt about it, really. Trying to make himself heard above the din, which is some achievement.
It is.
It's going to be Riquelme again. Last delivery was causing panic. The Peruvian head goalkeeper nice and composed. Buffon grabs it out of the air.
Yeah, that was well defended. Great number of Peruvian shots back in the box.
There's been a collective will, I think, to put on a bit of a show here. They want to reinvigorate this tournament, I think.
Yeah, well, they're certainly doing that because it's impressive. All aspects of it. You know, the stadia look to be good. They're well filled, excellent attendances, and the playing surface is superb. I don't think there's any deficiencies in the tournament at all. 7 improved stadia and 2 new ones over in Venezuela.
Yeah, of course there's been the odd bad game, but you're going to get that. But most of them have been very enjoyable to watch, including these quarterfinals so far. This is a good effort so far from Peru. Balazar, Cassiete heads it forward, hiked away. Riquelme. Guerrero, with his Christian name, you'll notice, written on his shirt.
First of all, I'm to control the ball, and I think of all the countries, the way you can see there just now makes it easy. Look at this underweighted pass very often, easy for the receiving player. And the best of all in Argentina over the years of that was the master, Jose Ardiles, with the underweighted pass.
Start of the 1978 World Cup win, and Argentina were at home, of course. And all the pitches seem to be covered in that confetti for the entire tournament, strangely, but quite atmospherically as well. Now then, what do Argentina come up with here on the verge of half-time? It's a key moment here for Peru to make sure that nothing untoward happens to them here. Riquelme's got other ideas. Bends one in, it's well defended again. Again it was a Cassiete who got his head to the ball, and there's going to be 3 minutes.
They may well respond to that, the threat of some fresh legs.
Aymar, Tevez,
I was just going to say Aymar and Tevez, 2 classic possibilities.
So frustration for Argentina. Surprisingly here, Peru organised and very disciplined, goalless at half-time. Argentina not as impressive as we've seen them in earlier matches so far. Give a lot of credit to Peru, as the guys were doing in the studio at half-time, but can they do it for another 45 minutes, or will the effort start to tell on their legs in the last 20 minutes? You often see that in this kind of a match. Tevez has come on for Argentina, and Milito, as we thought, Diego Milito has gone off. So that is a predictable change. The officials, by the way, have been out on the pitch for about 7 minutes waiting for the teams. That seems to be what we get every game here. Last we're underway. I'm not sure what the Argentinians think about Brazilian officials, big rivals and all that. Doing a great job.
Yeah, you made a very good point there, Ian. I've noticed every match the three officials come out ahead of the teams, and they stood there for a long time. I think it's disrespectful to keep that he'll be in a stage which is tailor-made for success, and he'll be under the top manager who will make sure that he does all the right things.
There's his clever little flick. Here he is, injecting that bit of pace straight away, and Argentina take the lead, and it's Riquelme again. A wonderful strike with his left foot. The breakthrough arrives within 90 seconds of the restart. Tevez much involved in the move, but it was Riquelme with the decisive finish.
Yeah, that's what you call an impact substitution. You bring on Tevez, and within 90 seconds he has created the opening goal. A wonderful strike, of course, from Riquelme with that left foot of his. 22 yards out, brilliant shot, unstoppable, right across the goalkeeper, but a great play by Tevez, introduced at half-time.
Third goal of the tournament already for Riquelme. Emphatic, the finish. Just what Argentina wanted. And that little bit of extra pep and pace that Tevez has given the attack pays immediate dividends.
Yeah, goalkeeper Buffon has had a good game, and you know, he was, I don't think any goalkeeper could have stopped that one. He was well beaten for that beautiful strike. It's the kind of
to be in the starting lineup for the semi-final, and he hopes final as well.
Well, I think Milito from Real Zaragoza did not inspire in the first period.
Mourinho with a good little chip through, but the offside flag is up. But that was a good move by Peru there.
Yeah, but good Forlan, 2 goals last night. Riquelme, a great goal tonight. You know, the two used to work together, and you know, goal scoring is second nature to them.
Zanetti, terrific run from the back from him. Oh, and Tevez has hit the bar with his header. Wonderful move from Argentina. Zanetti's run was just terrific.
Fantastic play down the right there, and great delivery from Zanetti. You know, we did get Tevez leaping high. He actually surprised me. He got up onto the ball, just didn't get enough height to deliver the ball under the crossbar, but he fired it against the bar. Again, that was a ball tailor-made for Crespo, but good credit, that's a fine shot. Yeah, it was clever footwork. There's the great cross in, and a good header. But he just got the top of the head. He could shape and hope that they may get something in a breakaway or in a set piece.
Mascherano to Veron, clever ball, Riquelme working little triangles. So much composure. And this time the left foot shot fizzes over from Lionel Messi.
Yeah, the golden boots didn't do the trick there. He's leaning back on that one. Ball just bobbled.
The game in there, isn't he?
Absolutely. Well, it's a masterclass in midfield play, because every pass has been perfection. His defensive work too. He gets back behind the ball when required, and that's a free kick quite clearly. But you know, and the goal, the icing on the cake, the goal was absolutely superb.
Taken quickly by Riquelme. Played in towards Cambiasso.
That was a really clever free kick. That, you know, no one expected to be taken quite so quickly. Riquelme, obviously, all his wits about him. Very, very creative player. He took a quick free kick, which could have resulted in a goal for Argentina.
Side this time. But Argentina on course for a semi-final meeting against Mexico.
Mexico.
Took a bit of a deflection on the way through. Hammered across, and here's a chance. Well, Garcia was in there. Now Vilches. Good little squall of pressure this from Peru.
Absolutely, that was a good chance, blocked by Heinze. Great defending, actually. He spread himself and blocked the shot, which looked as though it was on target.
Just for a moment, Argentina were discomfited.
Having said that, there were very few shots on target in the first half, we noticed. You know, it's perhaps the least shots in any game so far.
Heinze to Cambiasso, who's just picked up a Serie A title with Inter. Of course, officially they've won the title in Italy for the last couple of years after the scandal last summer which handed them the title. Now then, Messi. There's a real buzz of expectation and excitement every time he gets the ball.
Yeah, I think he overcooked it there. He should have released the ball much earlier. That's the major fault in his play. He always wants to dribble, and I think he'd be a better team player if he passed it earlier on occasion.
Riquelme again. Oh, it's a fantastic ball through. Messi! They've done it. Argentina. Wonderful play. Beautiful move, all set up again by Riquelme's beautifully weighted, astute pass.
Absolutely, I've been commenting all along about the weight of the Argentinian pass. The direction's invariably good, but the weight is absolutely superb on every occasion. Now that one there was tremendous. Great through pass from Riquelme and an excellent finish. Look at the weight of that pass. He's onside and played onside, no question about that, by Vilata. And there's the great pass, and here's the sublime finish through the goalkeeper's leg, calmly executed. Terrific. Messi.
First goal of the tournament, his fifth in the blue and white stripes of Argentina, and his performance has deserved it as well. But really, to be honest with you, Riquelme's performance in midfield is little short of breathtaking, really.
Yeah, I just can't believe that Peru don't get a man closely on him. Outstanding as he is this evening, because they took care of him.
Look at that, though. Look at that, Craig. It's a great goal.
We just have to enthuse. You know, we run out of superlatives when you're talking about some of the Argentinian play. Now, here's the left-footed player. I wonder whether it was deliberate through the legs. I don't think so.
He made his debut for Argentina in February against France. Graduate from the Argentina under-20 side. Here's Zuniga. Azawar spreading it left. Argentina having a little more defending to do, though. 2-0. Peru know they need something, and, well, quite quickly, in fact. Here's the break. This is the danger. How quickly can they develop it? Now it's gone out of play.
Difficult ball down the line there, and also a very difficult one for the striker to receive.
title and 2 cups during his time in Belgium. Played for Bruges, Mendoza. Usually plays up front. Riquelme back on the ball again. Cambiasso was the player who just nicked it off Peru at a vital area. Good little ball around the corner by Messi to Tevez. Back to Messi again. Fantastic save, but to no avail. It is 3-0 now, and Mascherano scores for the 2nd game running.
But it was wonderful play by the 2 small guys, Messi and Tevez. Great interpassing on the edge of the box. The shot was saved, it rebounded, and who was there? Mascherano scored a great goal from the edge of the box the other night, and another fine goal from close range this evening. So supporting midfield play at its best.
Well, he'd never scored for Argentina until the other night. Now 2 in 2 games. Great save by the goalie, hard luck on him.
Yep. Tevez into Messi. Strike for goal, defends all at sea, completely spread eagled by that blistering attack, and a fine finish.
The old slow, quick, slow. Got you again.
Fantastic, you know, it's a treat to watch. Now the scoreline reflects the terrific superiority that Argentina have had in the second half, although in the first half it was fairly even, we've got to admit.
Galicchio is the player going off on the stretcher. Whether he can return, we'll see in just a moment. Look doubtful. Home and hose, as they say in horse racing now. Messi shot block, Mascherano doesn't usually get into the penalty area, does he?
That's what I said. It was he was supporting from midfield, and enthusiastic, sensible support there. When the shot was saved, I wouldn't fault keeper Buffon at all. He did all he could, and unfortunately palmed it straight.
Zanetti going to make another change here. Uribe the coach, but few gaps appearing now. It's Messi once more. Tried to line one up for Tevez. They got the block in Peru. Riquelme. It's becoming a bit like water torture for them at the moment.
Well, he's torturing that defence with these outside of the foot passes. Every time he's in possession, he creates something, and it's still absolutely astonishing that they haven't closed on him. They haven't even man-marked him. Just give them the freedom of the stadium.
And have paid the price in the second half for taking that approach to it. Must have thought about man-marking him. There he is again towards the back post this time. Tom, the goalkeeper, can just pluck it out of the air.
Good goalkeeping on that occasion. The ball was too close. The cross right into his hands. It shouldn't have presented him with any ball.
What to do at 3-0. 6 minutes to go. The time Peru scored against Bolivia, a vital goal to keep them in the tournament. But it's going to take more than one to rescue things for them now as Garcia goes down.
Yeah, Gago the culprit there.
Now we're going to try to plonk this onto Pizarro's head if they can. He scored 2 headers in the last game against Bolivia. Goalkeeper there, Abondancieri, getting in a bit of a pickle. His goal was left empty. Tevez, meanwhile, at the other end. He's still going. Surely a chance here for Riquelme again. And it's now 4-0. And 4-2 in the tournament for Riquelme. Again, Peru were carved open, this time in an Argentine break.
Yeah, terrific. An unselfish play from Tevez. Having won the ball just over the halfway line, he took on one defender, 2 defenders, was clear on his own, but there was a great supporting run on the left from Riquelme and from Messi. He played the ball across to Riquelme, who finished superbly well. It was excellent play, and either Riquelme or Messi could have finished that, but the unselfishness of Tevez is to be commended.
Well, it was English sailors who introduced the game of football to Argentina, but I bet they didn't play it like this.
No, the Argentinian performance tonight has been exceptional. That, you know, the icing on the cake, that goal just typified the quality of their play. And of course, Tevez has been involved in at least 3 of the 4 goals, so that's what you call an impact sub. And the manager, Alfredo Basile, must be feeling very pleased with himself.
Should he have picked him in the first place?
Well, that's what they'll all be saying. He should have never had to come on. He should have been on from the start. That's the risk. But you know, you want a guy who can go on and change the game if required. Well, it was required because nothing at half time wasn't good enough, and he went on and he changed it. Okay.
Alikio to Vilches, who's hit trouble. Mascherano having a fine tournament. It's funny the way things have changed around for him in 2007. He was in the wilderness a bit at West Ham, off to Liverpool, played in the Champions League final for them, and here he is starring again for Argentina.
Well, a significant feature of the Argentinian play has been the support play from midfield. We don't compete in the UK for political reasons of nationalism, of course, but it's a huge tournament and probably second biggest football tournament in the world.
There's always the danger of Pizarro with headers, but no real threat there, and far more of a threat is going to be Argentina on the counter, as they've proved already. Aymar on the ball now. Cassiete, who's kept himself out of trouble at the back after being booked in the first minute, was the player who stopped the danger. It's going to be another exit at the quarter-final stage for Peru, which seems to be the story of their life in this tournament. They've won it twice, 1939 and 1975. 32 years ago, their last win. Now then, kept in play by Tevez. He wouldn't mind one, would he?
No, he was shaping up for one there. Just, I think he overran it. That was a case of selfishness there, because I was commenting on them being unselfish, but I think they should have. That's the trademark finish from Argentina. Not a shot, but a pass into the net.
Messi's speed, and then Tevez. Aymar was making a break ahead of the strikers. There still might be something. Here he is again, Riquelme. He's on a hat-trick, remember. Carlos Tevez. Well, I think anyone who loves football will have enjoyed watching the way Argentina have played in this second half. Not so much the first half when they went a bit flat, but here it's great, really. Yeah,
it's a masterclass. They've won all 4 matches with a great deal of aplomb. They've played with style, with panache, and a real masterclass in international football.
If it does get to a Brazil-Argentina final, your point, will Brazil man Mark Riquelme, snuff him out?
Well, the problem is, you know, they can't man mark them all, but I think he is the main man, and I would be tempted to man mark him. Closing him anyway, not give him the space he's had this evening.
He's playing with a magnet in his boots. It keeps coming to him, doesn't it?
It does.
That's it. It's all over. Peru are put out of their misery. Argentina in the second half really turned it on. 2 goals from Juan Roman Riquelme, one from Javier Mascherano of Liverpool, another from Lionel Messi of Barcelona. and Peru really had absolutely no answer. Argentina were big favourites to go through. That's exactly what they've done. They're on course for a semi-final meeting with Mexico. The fireworks go off, and they go off for Argentina, who've won handsomely again here, playing some gorgeous, sumptuous football in the second half. They win by 4 goals to 0.